Hi, we will solve today a program or a function to find whether a given number is prime or not, okay, and use that same function to generate the prime numbers less than 100. Yeah. So, what is the logic behind prime numbers? We have to learn that first. What is a prime number? So, we all know that if a number is divided by the smaller number, then that is not a prime number. So let's say we have a number 5. So 5 is not divided by 3 or 4 or 3 or 2, so that is a prime number. Okay, so we'll start dividing from 2 because 1 and 0 is not prime numbers. Okay, so we will starting from 2. We will count up to the smaller number than the given number. Okay, so if we consider 6, then 6 is already divided by 2 and 3, so that is not a prime number. Okay, so let's see what we can do. So similar to previous programs, we have taken int number. So this number is basically the input number, so we will check whether this number is prime or not. Okay, so let's say we have taken a number, so number is say 10. Okay, so we will now check whether 10 is prime or not. So we have passed 10, a number that is 10. Okay, so find prime is our function. So we have taken 3 variables, that is I, j and count. So okay, now 0 and 1 are not prime, so we have to take numbers greater than 1. Okay, so and we have taken a else loop. So if number is not greater than 1, then that no prime number exists will be printed. And if number is greater than 1, so this is true in our case because we have considered 10 as our input. So basically here number is 10. So yeah, obviously it is greater than 1, so we will enter in our loop. So why we have done this for loop? Because we have to check whether 10 is divisible by number smaller than 10. Okay, starting from 2. So what will be our logic? So you can say if number modulus I equal to 0, then we can take a count variable that we have initialized as 0. So count plus plus. So count plus plus basically means count equal to count plus 1. So if this number is divided by any smaller number than that, so count will be increased. Okay, so we have taken 10. Yeah, so 10 is the number. So the loop will start from 2. Okay, I equal to 2. So first value of I is 2 and number is 10. I less than is number, obviously. So if number percentage, so number is 10 and modulus is number mod I is basically 2. So 10 mod 2 equal to obviously 0 because 10 is divisible by 2. Okay, so count will be increased to 1, and then it will check whether 10 is divided by 3, 4, 5 and so on up to 9. Okay, so we can see that the count has increased. So we all know that 10 is not prime, and count has increased because we have initiated a if loop. If that will be divisible, so not that will not be a prime number. Okay, so count is now increased. Okay, so we can say here after this loop completes, this for loop completes, we can say that if this count variable equal to 0, so count variable is not increased, that means the number is not divisible by any smaller number than that, so we can say easily that that number is a prime number. Okay, so we have done that. If count equal to 0, so percent d is a prime number. Okay, and if not 0, then that will be not a prime number. So this is basically our prime number function. Okay, so we will run that now. So we have given input as 10. So yeah, 10 is not a prime number. Okay, now we will again run our program. So 5, yeah, so 5 is a prime number, so our program is running correctly. Now we will come to our second assignment, that is use the same function to generate prime numbers less than 100. So what if I want to find all the prime numbers less than 10? So this is the program where we can only find if a given number is prime or not, but not the smaller numbers are prime or not than that. So we will slightly modify that program. Okay, so logic is basically same, so you can see here that this loop is same, so prime number finding logic is same. So what we have done, you can see that we have inputted the number that is same as previous. You can see here, so we have done the same thing. Okay, now I have changed slightly in here. What change I have done, you can see. So okay, so our number is obviously greater than 1, so we are entering our if loop. So after that I have initiated a for loop. This for loop was not previously there, so we only have one for loop there to check one number is prime or not. So this loop basically counts the numbers from 2 to that number. Okay, so let's see what this loop is doing. Let's say our number is 5. Okay, so j is starting from 2, so we have entered in this for loop. Okay, so here I is basically 2, and what is the value of j now? So j is also 2. Now for loop, in the for loop you can see that I equal to 2 and I less than j, so this condition is not satisfied. Okay, so for first iteration I equal to 2, j equal to 2, we will not enter in this for loop. So count was initialized to 0, it will be 0. Okay, so if count equal to 0, then that number is a prime number. I have said that earlier. Okay, I have done that earlier. Okay, so what is 2? 2 is a prime number. Okay, now in second iteration number So in second iteration j will be incremented by 1, j plus plus, so j will be incremented to 1, so j equal to 3, and I is 2, j is 3. So this is true. Okay, so this true means this for loop will execute because I is less than j, so 2 is less than 3. Okay, so we will enter in this for loop, and if j modulus I, so j is basically 3, 3 modulus 2 equal to 1, we can see that if 3 is divided by 2, then remainder will be 1. So modulus operation equal to 0 is not true, so count will not be incremented and count will remain 0. Okay, so in the next iteration of this for loop, I will be 3. Okay, I will be 3, so I less than j will be false, so this loop will exit, and again we will print our prime number 3. Yeah, okay, now j will be incremented to 1, so j value of j will be 4 in third iteration, so j will be 4, and now you will enter our for loop because I is 2 and j is 4, so I less than j is true. Now if j modulus I, so j is basically 4, so 4 modulus 2 equal to 0 obviously, so count will be incremented. Now count will be incremented in third iteration, count will be 1. Okay, count will be 1. So we can verify that 4 is not a prime number because count is you can see if when we will exit this for loop, then count will not be equal to 0. Okay, so that is not a prime number. Yeah, and similarly j will be incremented to 5, so in fourth iteration j will be incremented to 5, so I is 2, j is 5. Okay, so this for loop is true now because I less than j and I plus I equal to 2 and I less than j, so j percent I this j modulus I, so 5 modulus 2 equal to 0 will be false. Okay, because 5 is not divided by 2, so I will be incremented to 3. Now j will be 5, so 5 modulus 3 equal to also not be 0, so count will not be incremented. Now again I will be incremented to 4 and j will be 5, so 5 by 4 is also not 5 modulus 4 is not equal to 0, so count will not be incremented. Okay, so for value j equal to 5, count is equal to 0. So if when we will exit this loop, okay, when we will exit this loop, now 5 will be printed, so 5 is a prime number. Okay, so that is how our loop works. And one thing also, why we have done here count equal to 0, why after this for loop, because is suppose that we have find a non-prime number that is 4. Okay, so when j equal to 4, j is not a prime number, so count is initialized to 1. Okay, so now if I don't declare that line, so count will be 1, and for the future iterations count will remain that number. Okay, so we have what we have done, so we have initialized that count 0 here also, because for after every iteration of this loop count will be 0. Okay, so that is our program, you can see here. Okay, that is our function. That, so we will now execute this function. Now execute it. So we okay, so let's say 10. Okay, so 10 is a number, so under 10 there are 4 prime numbers, 2, 3, 5 and 7. Okay, so we have to find prime numbers under 100, so 100 is our input. Yeah, so these are the prime numbers within 100. Okay, thank you.